for 13 is the question 13 here, right? Is proportionality. Okay, so I think we have talked about this kind of question before. Okay, but I think from set 1 onwards you have to use the set 1 method. Okay, stop using any other method already. Maybe I should just rewrite proportionality. So very simple. What is proportionality? So two people um, eat two bananas. Okay, four people eat four bananas. Okay, so 8 people eat bananas, right? So very simple. This is proportionality. Okay, then one person, then one, right? Okay, very simple. So in a way, right, for this question 13, right, of course you might have your way of solving, but like I say, please start using the set one method, which is proportionality. So 8 student, 76, toy 2 hours. Okay, how many toy trains? So how many toy train? Question mark toys. 10 students in the 2 hours. Okay, so how do you do such questions? Okay, so what you need to be aware of is the time is the same, right? So your head count increased by how much? So your head count increased by a factor of, can you help me out? 10 divided by 8. Just give me a mixed number. 1.14.
114.
No, 8. 10 divided by 8.
Yeah.
10 divided by 8 is 114. 114.
No.
Or 1 and 1 quarter. I mean 1 and 1 quarter, is it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, 1 and 1 quarter. Okay, so 8 students. So the head count, right, increased by a factor of this, right? Okay, increased by a factor of 1 and 1 quarter. So what about the output? Do you think it will increase or decrease? Increase. So it should increase by the same factor. So 76 times 1 and 1 quarter. What's the answer?
95.
So it's 95. Make sense? So your answer is wrong. Okay? So this question, if you get it wrong, excusable. Okay? But next time, start using this method. So let me give you another one. 8 students, 20 toys in 1 hour. Um, 4 students. How many toys in half hour? How do you do this question?
4 divided by 8 times 20.
The,
Divided by
no, okay, you can use your method first, but hopefully you can start to use the proportionality
I
method.
use the proportionality.
Oh, okay, so you just tell me what's the
Divided
answer, okay? The time also got change,
by 2. Yeah.
Oh, just to tell you.
Divided by 2.
So what's the answer? Question mark equal?
5.
Okay, the answer is 5.
Wait, no. Yeah, 5.
5. Okay, so how to do this question? Okay, so to do this question, right, first I will do what first? First I will do 4 students. How many toys in half an hour? So you can see, right? No, in 1 hour, I'm sorry. So why? Okay, what I'm trying to say is, if you do, this is given, right? And then this is the question. Can you see that the students number is different, and then the hour is also different? So when you have two different, I call this parameters, it's hard to do. Okay, it's hard to do if you have two different parameters. Look at the question previously. Can you see that you have 2 hours? Same, huh? You have student. The student number is different. So you have one different parameter. This is the same, right? The same one, we don't care about it. Okay? The different one, we have to count. So can you see one different parameter, which is the number of students, right? It's easy to do. It's easy to do with one different parameter. But for questions here, student, different. Time, also different. So you have two different parameters. So when you have two different parameters, you cannot do. You just cannot do. So you have to do one thing first. In between. That means there must be an intermediate step. Okay? So there must be an intermediate step. So what is that intermediate step you need to do? You either fix the student the same, or you make the time the same. So let me just make the time the same first. So 1 hour, how many toys? 4 students. So can you see for this one, the time is the same, right? Only the difference is only in the number of students, right? Yeah, one difference can do. So student divided by 2, right? So student divided by a factor of 2, the head count divided by a factor of 2. So do you think the output is also divided by 2 or times 2? Divided by 2. Because head count divided by 2 ma. So fewer people to do the job. So of course the output also will decrease lah. So divided by 2. So therefore you get 10. So you need to introduce this intermediate step. Then with this, then you can do question. You can do the question already. So now, 4 students, right? 1 hour and half an hour. So you only have one difference here now. The hour given is divided by 2, right? So the student is the same. Yeah, so it's just one difference. So this is one difference. Okay, this is one different. Okay, so one different parameter. So you always do one different parameter. More than one, somehow fix one of them first. So if the time reduced by 2 times, so the output will reduce by 2 times as well lah. So therefore the answer is 5 toys. Are you clear how to do such questions?
Yes.
Okay, so always you can only do for one different parameter. Okay, so if you have 2 different parameters, you introduce an intermediate step. Understand? Okay, good. Next. So simplify the ratio then into this. So you convert to all minutes. So this is 36, this is 20. So you just convert. So simplify, let me see. Divide by 2. Okay, 很好. Okay, so next. So for the angle one, right, like I say, right, for state your reason clearly, you have to know how to state the reason already, because you are in set 1 already. If you don't know, you get penalized. Okay, so what is this 39? 为什么? Here. What's the reason?
Parallel.
Yeah, parallel. So this is our CFZ. Which one?
It's parallel, so A, B, D equals to
Yes. So CFZ. Which one is the one that we use? Or you use here?
Z.
Z. So what is the Z? So you know it's Z. So what's this?
It's the same angle.
Yeah lah. So what? The reason is?
The 2 lines are parallel.
No. I'm going to tell you one more time, and you have to know. This is C. So C will give you angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. What's the reason? Internal angle, INT. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. This is our Z, right? What's this? Can't you see this is internal because they are both inside the C so it's internal lah, right? Then what about this? Can't you see this is alternate ALT? Alternate means one is this side, one is the other side. So it's alternate. Okay? So Z is alternate, C is internal. So you have to write down this one here. Okay? Then what about the F? Can't you see they are both below the parallel line?
Yeah.
So they are at the they are in the same position. That's called corresponding. Corresponding. Of course you can just use CORR dot angle. Short form. So CFZ, they have the reasons. And you have to memorize because you're in set 1. Are you clear?
Okay.
If not, you will be penalized. Can you see? State your reason clearly. Can you see? They request. Then what about this one minus of 180 minus? This is called number on the line. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. That's the reason. Meaning, if this is 40, this one will be 140. Because they have to add up to 180, right? So this reason is called angles on a straight line. Okay? So you have no problems solving, but your problems. So where are your problems? So what are your problems for this angle question?
The CFZ thing.
The reasons.
The reasons.
The reasons that you cannot remember. Okay? But you are in set 1 already. You are expected to write the reasons. So go back and memorize all this. Now I give you time to write down CFZ plus this with the reason and go back and memorize. You can write all here. So you go back and do a revision. CFG plus the angles on the straight line.
Yeah.
Then what about this 360? What about this thing? What about this?
HG5.
No, what is the reason? Look here. What's the reason for the 360 minus?
Because
Reason. You remember or not? One round is 360. Huh? This one I think is angles on a angles about a point. Let me double check. Because I seldom teach angle these days. Yeah, angles are about a point here. Can you see here? Angles or angles around a point. Okay? Or angles at a point, yeah? Can you see? Angles at a point, yeah? So you use the 360. Okay, so angles at a point. Yeah? Okay, please write this down as well. So go back and memorize all the reasons. You are expected to write the reasons from now on. Okay, so for the construction here, did you bring your tool set?
Yes.
Good. So you managed to draw or no?
No.
Okay, then come to. Can you put your calculator? No need. You just need your ruler plus the projector and compass. How come the leg? Is it supposed to be like this? Oh, okay, good. Then, you need a ruler. Ruler plus this. Okay, so first thing first. 6.2 is given. Then PR is okay, where's PR? PR means here, right? Okay, it's 8.2. Can you measure 8.2?
You cannot measure 8.2.
为什么？
Because if I measure 8.2, this one will be stuck over here. I
你试
tried.
一下，试一下。What do you mean by stuck? I also want to know because I'm not playing. I thought your one has a limitation like 10.
No, mine is not even 7.
不可以的 extreme 而已啊 extreme 而已咧，不是不是不是 can go outer one or not? Okay, hold on. Let's come to here. Bigger space. Come. Not sure need to loosen here. No, see. 8.2. Has a limitation, huh? Let me see if I can loosen this a bit. Don't break it away. Don't keep doing it. Just leave it. Maybe I need to loosen it, then it will. Then you can do more. Where's my tool set, huh? Let me throw away some of the stuff here already. Never mind, we don't do this question first then. Seems like I cannot find my tool set also. Nonsense. Oh, okay. Just try. Clean or still has the limitation. Oh yeah, it has the limitation. Okay. Okay, so can't do this question now with this. Maybe we can try the 7.2. Can we try the 7.2?
It doesn't even go to 7.
Okay, good. So, cannot lah. Okay? Then never mind about this question first. Okay? Okay, 这题 never mind, come back to this. You know? Now see? People make mistake one. So don't be too harsh on anybody. Huh? Everybody makes mistake. Okay, this question, you question mark for what?
Oh, I forgot to cross out. I
Oh.
found out how to do it in the end.
Okay, good. So for this question, right, you have to read properly, okay? If they give you in speed, okay, so what I see is you have point A 70.7.2 kilometer from point. So what you need to do is you sketch. So 7.2 kilometer. So 8 o'clock ran at 3 meter per second. Okay, can you see that your speed is given at 3 meter per second and your distance is given in kilometer? So you need to convert to meter, 7200. Okay, I see that. Very good. And then for x meter, so x divided by 3. Okay, good. So I see this. Very good. And then it says what? You slow down to 2 meter. Very good. Then the total time taken is, this is the time taken. This is another time taken. So it's an add to these two you add to the 55 minutes. Or in a way you add this. How come all of this so nonsense one? How come you make things so complicated? You just have this what? X over 3. Or you, this is the time 1. What's your time 2? Time 2 is 700 minus the x over 2. So just leave it like this. This is your time 2. And all you need to do is you just 7200 minus x over 2 plus the x over 3 is equal to your 55 minutes, which is 55 over 60. Okay? That's it. That's it. How do you continue with this? Can you do it? Can you do this one on the right hand side using a pencil? Why you need to do it this way is, look at, you have one term, second term, third term. Compared to your too complicated, which I don't like. Don't make life hard for yourself. Just look at this. Then you solve for the x. Can you solve or not? So you make the denominator the same first, right?
Cannot solve.
Okay, first thing first, let me see. Okay, look at the first one first, 来看一下. So you times what?
30.
Okay, never mind. Simplify this one first. Oh, because if you don't simplify, I think divide by 5, 11, divide by 5, 12. So in a way, you just times 6. Then over you times 4. Because you want to play with simpler numbers. big numbers not so easy. Never mind. After your lesson, I'm going to search for my own compass. Hey, Ma. 書本上 solve 啊？ Can solve or not? After making 12. Oh, sorry. Wrong. Do you know why we are wrong? Haha. This one is in second. This one is in second. This one is in this one is in hour.
Why hours?
Because 55 over 60 ma. Right? So we need to times. So this is in hour. You need to times 3600. So in a way, right, this 11 times 3600 divided by 12. What's the answer? 11 over 12 times 3600.
3300.
Okay, good. So it's 3300. Okay, done. Yeah, so basically what you need to do is this. Yep, so you know, making mistake is okay, but must be able to rectify. So you should solve this actually. You should solve this one. So make the denominator the same, then after that cross multiply.仲有一個，仲有一個。仲有一個。蚊二啊！X is a whole number, then that means you are good.
88200.
88200. How can X be bigger than X cannot be bigger than 7200, come on. Never mind, let's do it together. Yes, so this one is in seconds. This one is a second, so this one must be in seconds as well. Okay? Yeah. Then what you need to do is just times a 3 times a 2. So you end up with 3 times this is 21600 minus 3x over 6 plus 2x equals to 3300. So this one you get minus x. Okay? So just cross multiply. So it's 21600 minus x is equal to, this one is 19800. So you just take this minus that one. That's the x. Why is it so complicated?
Oh, I put extra 0.
Oh, okay. Did you use the cross multiply?
No.
Why not?
I use this.
So I just want to check one by one. This one is good, this one is good. How many times I asked you not to use this method? How many times I asked you not to use make the denominator the same? Erase, redo. Cross multiply. You go to your let me go to your mistake list. I talked about this before. I asked you not to make the denominator the same. It's not for this. It's not for this kind of question one. I talked about this before. No more P6 already, but you are so stubborn. I'm going to show you now. Look at this. You want to use 35, 35, right? Wow, this one you can simply what? Yes. So we talked about this before, you see? This is one of your mistakes. This is yours. So you, once again, you refuse to correct all the mistake here. By the way, this is how many pages? 3 pages only. 3 pages of your mistakes. I only ask you to remember this 3 pages of your mistakes. And until today, you have not remembered. And you still make them. What's the answer? What's the answer, X? After cross multiplying. How come you're taking so long? Cross multiply is simple, okay?
I'm cross multiplying.
Then?
$9,000.
Let me just help you check.
I have to write down. I see the rest on calculator.
I want to see the cross multiplication steps. I want to see the cross multiplication step. Did you write it down?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check the cross multiplication step first. 哪里? Can you erase this? You see? Ay, nonsense. You erase it first. Slowly. Plus what?
X divided by 3.
Equal 3300. Can you do from here? Can you do from here? Show me until you reach the cross multiplication step. Which step you are at now?
Copying it.
never mind, let me see first. No point if you keep making the same mistake again and again. What do you use? 666. Do you need to make the 3300 over 6 also?
No.
Then? I asked you to cross multiplication, meaning you don't have to make that side 6. No need.
So what about plus?
Do you need to make this 6?
No.
Ignore. Have you done the left side? You just show me your left hand side first. What do you get for left hand side?
You have to convert the denominator to the 6.
You ask yourself. You ask yourself. Need or no need for the left hand side? Are you done with the left hand side?
Yes.
Show me. Continue. What's the answer?
One nine six two zero zero.
很好。你在讲什么 nonsense？ What do you get here?
21600. Negative 21600. Plus 19800. Negative 1800.
So what is x?
1800.
Then why you take so long? Why you take so long? I asked you to use cross multiplication, meaning you don't have to do anything to the 3300. If you do something to the 330 and make it 6, right? And this you get what? Just now?
19800.
If you make it this format, what's the use of this 6, like 19800 over 6? What's this use of this making it 6? Why you want it to be 6? Your first attempt.
So that it will become like an inclusion.
Why you change the 330 into this format? Why? Why?
Because I wanted it to be an equation so I can solve.
Nonsense. Isn't this an equation?
Oh, so that I can minus the denominator and
You see, correct. What you want to do?
minus the denominator.
Minus?
Delete the denominator.
What have I been telling you to use?
Cross multiplication.
Can you see the contradiction? Can you see the contradiction? Can you see the contradiction? I asked you to use cross multiplication and I asked you to use the cross multiplication and you insisted on doing your own way. I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's not listening to instructions. Is there something inside your mind like a monster or something which refuse, which like control your mind so much until you refuse to listen? So maybe you are Lorena, but inside you there is another monster. You're Lorena and this monster, two separate entities, and you are being controlled by this monster. That's why you keep, not you. Now I need to split you into two, Lorena and monster. I asked Lorena to do cross multiplication. The monster want to do what? Delete denominator. I asked you to put the bracket after the minus sign. The monster refused to put the bracket after the minus sign. I asked Lorena to sub in negative number, put a bracket. The monster refused to put in a bracket. I have to split you into these two, Lorena and monster. Okay? I asked you to do one thing, the monster always want to do the second. Another thing. Okay? So once you get this out, which is, what's on the left hand side?
19800.
One left hand side.
21600 minus
21600 minus
Minus
x
1.
over,
6.
what you do next?
Cross multiply.
How?
Put divided by 1
Hmm.
at the bottom and cross multiply.
You see? Oh, by the way, the arrow should be down, both down. Right? Then you can solve for x. This is called cross multiplication. You change this to something over 6, that is not cross multiplication already. That is delete the same denominator throughout because it's an equation. Okay? Good. So this one is wrong. But this one is excusable. Something new. But the cross multiplication is not. Okay? This question you can get it wrong. But the cross multiplication is not excusable. You differentiate the two, okay? Okay, good. This one the reasoning is good. Okay, next. It says what? This one produces a tray with dimension. Okay, good. Then it says the dimension of new rectangle increase in the ratio of 5. So increase by how much? They say increase in the ratio of 5 to 4. So increase by how much? What's 5 to 4? What's 5 to 4?
1 and 1 quarter.
1 and 1 quarter. What's 1 and 1 quarter? 1.25. So 1.25 is how many percent?
125%.
Yep, so increase by 25%. Okay? So this one increased by 25%, this one increased by 25%. Make sense? Okay? So this one increased by...
That's correct.
Your answer is correct, it's fine. You have to do things right from the beginning. Just like I say, if I give you a negative number, you never put a bracket, you get the correct answer, I will still mark you wrong. This is the understanding here, okay? Once you know that 25%, so 25% more is plus 6. This one is plus 8. That's why you get 40 here. That's why you get 32 here. Then of course you can continue to find out the new whatever. Okay? Then the ratio of the parameter or trait to the new so you just find out the parameter of the original regular trait. So what is
Wrong.
of course it's wrong. 32 is not the parameter. 24 is also not the parameter. They ask for parameter. Can you give me the parameter of the O1 and then the parameter of new one? By the way, it's 3 mark. 3 mark, you only show me one step. What's the O, what's the new?
4 to 9.
No, tell me what's the O1 first.
64.
How do you get 64?
32 times 2 plus 24 times 2.
很好. Then the new one,
40 times 2, 32 times plus 32 times 2.
which is?
144.
Okay, good. Then you just choose the, okay, next. This is the correct formula. Okay, finally you remember the formula. Okay, then the difference is, okay, good. So they want the 9th term, then you key 9, very good. This is good. Okay, let me double check. Okay, good. You see, once you know the formula, 3 mark, easily. Consider, okay, what's the pattern here? You have to be able to observe the pattern.
Plus 10.
10 plus 8, right?
Plus 10 plus 8.
Yep, so
Which is the next number.
this is the one that we cannot use the formula because the difference is not consistent. Because the difference is 10, right? Then next is?
18.
The next is?
26.
So how can you say the difference is 10? I mean 8.
I calculated the difference of the difference.
That is this is the first difference. This is the second difference. By the way, our formula can only work with,
The first difference.
yes. So maybe this is a desperate attempt lah, huh? I don't fault you lah. So how? How? You know what I observe or not?
What?
Yeah? This is L1, right? L1 is 1 times 3 minus 1. L2, 2 times something minus 2. L3, 3 times something minus 3. L4, 4 times something minus 4. So if I give you Ln, I am supposed to see 4 times, no.
N times something minus n.
Correct. Very good. That's the first observation. N times something minus n. Then how do you get this something? This something is, can you see this something is 3, 7, 11, 15. So this, then you can use the, so
4.
3, 7, 11, 15. This one is given by above. It's given by 4n minus 1. Yes. So basically it's 4n. So this is 4n minus 1. So in a way, right, Ln is n times 4. By the way, there's a bracket, times the whole thing. That's it, 2 marks. Okay, of course you can open bracket, right? So it's 4n square minus n, so it's 4n square minus 2n. So this is the final answer. Okay?
Okay.
25, then you just sub in 25. Do you need a bracket or not when you sub in?
Yes.
This one need bracket or no need? When you sub in, you need a bracket.
Negative number.
What is this?
Positive number don't need.
Oh, okay. Okay. Simple. 这题 let me quickly look at your graph. No need to look. Okay. So I'm supposed to see 0 then 188. Okay. 2 and 94. This one unit is how much? Huh? Can you tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4,
1 unit is
20,
4.
20, correct. 20. One small unit is how much?
1 small unit. 4.
4. How do you get 4? 20
20
divided
divided
by
by 5.
Very good. So you need to count. Properly. Okay, very good. The graph is correct. But you need a label. Do you have a? Did they ask you for the part B? What is part B? Okay. So this one correct. 3 mark. You label. You need to label x and y. No labeling. Then use your graph to find the time at the height 80. Where's 80? 80. You need to draw a line here, then come down. And by the way, you are supposed to use a ruler. Don't give me this nonsense. This is not straight. You are supposed to. So the correct way to do is this. Okay. Use pencil for drawing.
Then what if they mistake the pencil line for the question line? The answer line for the
That's why I'm going to show you what. I'm going to show you my answer. So how is my line different from the straight line? Yes. Dotted line. Okay, good. Gradient. So this is a slope down, so it should be negative, right? So which 2 points you use? I see 1880, 94 and 2. So use a calculator. 很好. So minus 47 represent m in, okay. What the people ask you gradient leh? You go and explain what the gradient in part C represent. So what the gradient represent? Okay, yes, your gradient minus 24, right, is the m in this equation, but they want to know the English meaning. They want to know the English meaning.
The slope down.
So it's the rate of the, so a tap at the bottom of the, okay, so it's the rate of water out of the aquarium.
But isn't
It's minus 47 cm per minute. So you have water, you have a tap, which is like a valve. You open, water will flow out. So every minute the water level will drop 47 cm. So the gradient in this case, in fact, they want to know the significance of this 47 or minus 47. They don't, okay, of course the gradient is the gradient, but they want to know what is the meaning of this minus 47. So it is the drop in height per minute of the water level.
the drop in height from the
You see, you have a tank of water, start with 188, you open the valve, after 1 minute, 188 minus 47, another minute it minus another 47, another minute it minus another 47. So the meaning of minus 47 is the drop in water height. Correct? Okay? In fact, they want to know the significance. Okay? Not just not just that this is the gradient only. They want to know the significance, that means the English meaning. Understand or not? So that means if you want to explain, it's every 1 minute the height or the water level will drop 47 cm. Right? Make sense?
Yes.
So if instead of the valve, now I have a tap. Go in, water go in. So let's say my gradient is 47. So what's the meaning of 47?
The amount of water going into the
Not amount.
centimeter.
That one is not amount. Amount should be in meter. Centimeter means the water level
The water
increase
level
47 cm per minute. Does it make sense?
Yes.
was I state how the steepness of the graph will change if the nozzle of that becomes smaller. So let's say this is smaller. So the steepness of the graph.
It will become less steep because the water will flow out slower.
Yep. So in a way, right? So now it's very steep, right? So if okay, in a way, right? If the diameter shrink, so the drop the drop will be more gentle, right? So instead of every minute minus 47 it can be every minute minus 20 only. So it's more gentle. Okay? Less steep, okay? So the interior angle, okay, this one no need. Question 5. Okay, question 5 no need first, but this one must need. You know why? Because they ask for it's a parallelogram. So what is a parallelogram? That means the parallel. So a parallelogram, if you see a parallelogram, it's actually two triangles, right? Not a pencil, sorry. Can you see that this triangle and this triangle, and this triangle 1 and the triangle 2, they are the
Parallelogram.
they add up to a parallelogram, but triangle 1 and triangle 2, they are the same, right? So if they are the same, how to find the area of parallelogram? Just triangle 1 plus triangle 2. Do we have the area of triangle? What was that? What's the formula? No, what's the formula for area of triangle?
20 times
No, formula.
base times height divided by 2.
Correct. So basically you just half times base times height, and they are the same, right? So another half times base times height. That's how you get the area of parallelogram. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So how do you get the, let's say you get the trapezium. You keep saying you never learned before. So the trapezium is given by triangle 1 and triangle 3, right? So triangle 1, done deal. Base times height divided by 2. How about triangle 3?
Triangle
Base times height times 2 divided by 2. Triangle 3 is base times height times half. So
They're
area
asking for the length.
of BN, right? Which is the height, right? Use the formula. Base times height divided by 2 is 60. Huh? Base times height. Stop using your formula. My formula is half times base times height. I hate your formula. That will give you 60. 4 times h is 60, so h is 50. Make sense? So you can solve the rest. Right? Stop saying you never learn. Trapezium is given by
2 triangles.
parallelogram is given by
2 triangles.
exactly. So in a way, trapezium is a composite figure. What's a composite figure? Everything add up. So in a way, you can also find out this whole thing. You just have to find out 1, 2, 3, add up. So stop saying you never learn trapezium. You just have to split to familiar shape and add up. 30, I have no time to teach you. Next time, same thing. You can go back and do. Okay, next week we will talk about this. Okay, I thought today I have time, but now don't have time. Okay, so for your work here, just give it to me. I will take home and mark it for you. Then I will feedback to you. Okay? Good.